good morning everybody. Today is Saturday and it's the first sea day of the 3 sea days going down to Tenerife. I've come up to the buffet to get some, and I'm starting with porridge as I always do, so I'm going to tuck into that and then I'll get a bit of breakfast and get back to you. Bye for now. Right folks, yeah, the porridge was lovely as per usual. I mean, I'm always saying it's lovely porridge, but you can't really mess it up. Not until I went to the village hotel in Southampton. You can mess up porridge, and they did it. But anyway, so I've got my breakfast. I'll show you. As you can see, I've gone for. I'll try one of their omelettes. I doubt it'll be brilliant, not compared to down in Keys. Some scrambled egg, 1 link of sausage, 1 link of bacon, and a bit of fried bread. And of course I've got some orange juice and a coffee. So I'll tuck into this and I'll get back to you and let you know what it will like. Right folks, I'm up in the crow's nest. It's quite busy out there. I know, there's 2 ships, both look like freighters, and then right out into the distance, which the cameras, I doubt if the camera would pick it up. I can just about make it out in the distance. That looks like a cruise ship, but the other 2 are definitely small, well compared to Avia, small freighters, and we sort of slowly catching up. I'll just give you a glance of them if I can. Whoops. There we go. There's one, and there's the other. I'm not sure if the camera's picking them up, but there's one about there, and then there's another one about there. Yes, so as I say, I don't know if camera picked him up, and my pointing were probably miles out. You think you're pointing at it, and when you look at the camera, it's nowhere near on camera. Anyway, let's get back to that breakfast, shall we? Oh, well, I'll just tell you a little bit what we do. We're heading south, and this is the first of the 3 sea days down to Tenerife. And then we spend a day in Tenerife, and then we set sail for the Caribbean. I'll talk more about that when we get down there. So anyway, that's the idea of the itinerary, or the first part of the itinerary. Yes, first of all, omelettes. Those little squared omelettes don't work. They just don't. The way they pack them is they come stodgy. I'm struggling to find the right word to describe them. They're like little bricks. You go down to Keys and they make these fresh omelettes and they're lovely. Oh, they're beautiful. If you like omelette and you come on Avia or Iona for that matter, get yourself down at Keys and get some omelettes down there. They're lovely. Anyway, so that were rubbish. What omelette? Not my commentary. I know some of you people out there, you'll be saying, Barry saying he's rubbish. Anyway, the sausage. I don't know where they get that sausage from, but you can guarantee it's damn cheap. Because it's solid. It is really solid. It takes a bit cutting through them. They've got a bit of flavour to them, but they're rock hard. They're not rock hard. They're just really compact. The meat, so there's no juices in them. You see, because of the way they're rammed in. And that's not changed since I started cruising on P&O in 2019. So bacon's okay, but once you cut fat off it, it wasn't bad. The scrambled egg were nice, actually. That scrambled egg were nice. The what they call it, the fried bread. It were hard. Well, it was supposed to be hard, but it needed some beans on it, or which I prefer is fresh plum tomatoes, which you can't get in the buffet, but you can get in the restaurant. And what the beans or the tomatoes do is they soften it, and so when it breaks, it just don't shatter. It breaks. Whereas if you try to eat it like I did, without putting beans or tomatoes on it or whatever, it just shatters. Bits going all over the place, and it don't taste great neither. On that, when you put the beans on it and whatever, soak them in, it tastes nice. Anyway, enough for me waffling about the breakfast. I'll probably not bother commenting on breakfast again, but in buffet that is. We go into restaurant, I'll let you know what it's like in restaurant. And of course there's the keys, so I doubt if there'll be any different, but you never know. The sausages definitely won't be. They're the same in all restaurants, even in main dining room. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling for now. I'm just going to relax now and chill out. And hopefully my cabin will get looked after. And I'll get back to you later. Bye for now. Right, folks. Can't really tell from up here, but the seas are really rough. And I have a bit of a theory as to why we're seeing so many ships out here. And that is because the captain has moved us right out into the shipping lanes, the main shipping lanes, to avoid going through the Bay of Biscay. Because they were talking to a couple last night and they were saying how coming up, it done the same thing, it moved right out because it was so bad in Bay of Biscay. Oh, there you go, folks. Right, folks, here I am in the restaurant, right at the back of the ship. And look at the view I've got. Albeit the windows need cleaning, but yeah. Right over the wake, deck 6. So there you go, folks. Yes, as I say, in the restaurant, and I've ordered Cumberland sausage, mash, cauliflower cheese, and chilled peach melba for me pudding. So if I remember, I'll show you when they get there and let you know later what they were like. So bye for now. Right, folks, it's arrived, and it's not the usual round Cumberland sausage. These sausage look suspiciously like the ones you get in the buffet, which means it's not going to be great. But anyway, I might be wrong. So I'll tuck into it. And they brought the cauliflower cheese on a separate plate, which is ridiculous. But anyway, so I'll tuck in and I'll let you know what they were like. Well, folks, not great. Nah. Sausages, they're not the breakfast sausages, that's for certain. A little bit of spice in them, but hardly tasty at all. And they're the so-called Cumberland sausages. I prefer the ring one, but I should imagine that the ring one's more expensive than these, and so they're doing it this way to cut down on cost. Well, you can't blame them, can you? Can't blame them. Cauliflower cheese was quite nice, yeah, quite nice. Mash one was okay, but it weren't up to the usual standards. I had much better mash than that, but it was okay. You know, there was nothing wrong with it or anything. It was really nice. So I would give that dinner about a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it was okay. So now we're waiting for the peach melba to arrive, and when that does, I'll show you and let you know what it was like. Bye for now. Right, folks, from this angle, this right there, back of the ship like this, you get a better idea of how rough the sea is and how high some of these waves are getting. And as I said earlier, I'm pretty convinced that we moved out into further out into Atlantic. We're going down, obviously down to coast. But we're fared out because we've avoided the Bay Biscuit, so it must be really bad in Bay Biscuit because cruise ships go through it because it saves them fuel because it's a shorter route. We can see how the waves are climbing and crashing down. Lovely view from that I've got. Yeah, first she said to me, are you ready? Happy to wait 20, what was it, 30 or 40 minutes? And then she said, cabin number. Say, are you happy to wait? And I said, and before I said no, she said cabin number. So I give me cabin. She said, Mr. Allen. I said, no. So she took my cabin number again and said, oh, Mr. Barry. And I said, yeah. And then she's immediately given me a table. And I think it must be a priority thing because I've got so many nights in. I have a higher probably had a higher priority than the Mr. Allen person, whoever he was. There you go. I might be wrong. Usually am, but there you go. That's what life's all about. Bye for now. Right, folks, here it is. No, it's not frozen. My peach Melba. And yeah, it looks nice. It does look nice. I'm going to tuck in and let you know what it will like. Bye for now. Well, folks, that wasn't bad. Quite nice. It's a mousse, mostly mousse. I don't know. Yeah, it's a peach Melba mousse. That's what it should be described as. But it isn't. But yeah, there's a big thick mousse in the middle, cream on top, a couple of bits of fruit. It wasn't a jelly. Definitely wasn't a jelly. It was something like, I don't know what it was like, to be honest. But it was nice. Yeah, I'll give that an 8 out of 10. Really tasty. So I'm now going to chill. There's not a lot out there for a single person. Although you've got Solo Travellers Club, but I think I'll chill out and give me body, relax my body, so it's got a good chance of fighting off this last bit of the cold. Okay, so I'll probably speak to you much closer to tea time. Okay, bye for now. Right, folks, a bit of an update. It's a few hours later. I'm still fighting to get rid of this damn cold, or the remnants at the end of it. I usually get rid of it within 2 weeks, and 2 weeks is up on Tuesday, and so there's a couple of days left to go. But yeah, hopefully it will go. Well, obviously it'll go, but hopefully it'll go in the next couple of days. I've been for my evening meal. I forgot to take my camera with me, so you've got no to see. But basically I had roast chicken with some potatoes and coleslaw. That was it really, because I couldn't see any vegetables. There were there. I think there were some green beans and carrots, but they looked al dente, you know. So I know you're saying, how the heck can carrots look al dente? They just did. Take my word for it. They looked al dente. Anyway, I didn't get them, so I got the chicken. Now, the drumstick were really nice. Oh yeah, I enjoyed that. That were lovely. I wish I'd have got more drumsticks than pieces of thigh, because the thigh were okay. It wasn't as nice as the drumsticks. There you go. So it is. Maybe it's because smaller pieces cook better. But yeah, but it would tasty. As I say, the thighs weren't bad. They weren't brilliant, but they weren't bad. They were nice. They were tasty enough. The potatoes were rubbish. I don't know what they do to potatoes on P&O, but for the buffet, because 9 times out of 10 they taste slightly stale. But there you go. I mean, I ate one and I couldn't eat the rest. Mind you, I only got 3, so because I had a feeling I might not, so I didn't want to waste too much. And I got coleslaw instead of vegetables. Yeah, coleslaw. Nice coleslaw. Oh, yeah. That coleslaw were really nice. Nice and creamy. And it tasted like they'd used it with, made it with salad cream rather than the mayonnaise. Which is not surprising considering salad cream's cheaper than mayonnaise. But I don't know what it is, but I've noticed the selections on the buffet now are at least 50% Asian food, like curries and that sort of thing. They must have a large Asian contingent of passengers. And so they're providing for them. It's fair enough, They don't want to eat our food. Well, no, that's wrong expression. They don't want to eat things like, trying to think of what. Roast pork and that sort of thing, They prefer the spicy food. And so they're providing for them, which is good, which is very good. It's only right that, they paid the money. They're entitled to get the food they want as well as we pay our money and want to get the food we want. So anyway, I'm diversing. I'm going off topic. I've gone off topic. Let's get back to flaming food thing. Yeah, so that went okay. So after that, I went down to reception to inquire about, what's the possibility of upgrading and all this business. And big notice, Harvard is sailing at full capacity. No upgrades are available. So I thought, well, that's saved me spending 10, 15 minutes of my life in a queue. So I turned around and walked off. Yeah, but now, as I said, I'm still trying to fight this cold, so I'm not going to go out. I'm going to settle in. I know it for you guys it's boring thinking, God, he's not packed it in already, has he? But I'm going to try a restful evening, try to fight this cold and what have you. Because it's annoying, it is. The reason I thought, just to get back to upgrades, the reason I thought about checking out an upgrade is not so much because of cabin itself, in this, the layout of the cabin. I'll do a cabin tour tomorrow, if I remember. Know me and my memory, or my subscribers will know me and my memory. Talking to subscribers, folks, we're up to 490. Come on, guys. Let's see if we can get 10 more subscribers and get us up to that magic 500 that we've been fighting to get up to for about 2 years. Come on, guys. Please subscribe. Yeah, so lost my train of thought now. It can't have been that great. Oh yeah, so I'm staying in and trying to help the thing. Gonna get myself a couple of bottles of Coke. They're about, I don't know what they are now, but last time I were under £3.85. But that were only in March, so the prices are probably the same. So that's for me. If you come on and you've not been on many cruises, it'll probably cost you £4.15 for a bottle of Coke. I'll just show you. That's one of these. £4.15 for one of these bottles of Coke. But being an Atlantic member of the Peninsula Club, I get 7.5% discount, so I get them for about £3.85, I think it is. Yes, so and I like my bottles of Coke. It's flashback to the old days. when you get to our age, you're always talking about the old days. My mate comes round 3 or 4 times a year, and I make him a meal and everything. We must have spent the whole visit of us talking about the good old days. But it helps your memory. By remembering the good old days, as it were. Anyway, that's it, folks. Clocks, of course, go back tonight, 1 hour. We had an emergency medical. Always seems to get an emergency medical. I must be unlucky for some poor souls, because every cruise I go on, there's always an emergency medical. So anyway, we turned back towards France to cut the distance, and a thing came out, an helicopter come out, and picked him up, and off they went. And then, of course, we turned back to south, but I think he's going across the outskirt, he's skirting the Bay of Biscay to make up the time, because he assures us we will arrive in Tenerife on time. Anyway, that's it for now, folks. I know it's a bit short. I think all these 3 sea days are going to be fairly short, so what I'll probably do is combine all 3 of them into one video. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, it's bye for now. Right, folks, it's Sunday, and we're down in the Keys, and I've got myself a couple of omelettes, a glass of orange juice, and a coffee. So I'll tuck into these, and I'll speak to you later. Bye for now. Oh, well, folks, we're in the crow's nest. I got off at 16 because I thought that these lifts that I were in stopped. We're in midship, and 17 was the second floor of the Sky Dome. So I got out at 16 and then realised I could have stayed in there and gone up to 17, so I had to come up the steps. Oh. Getting old. That's what it is. You're getting old. Yeah. I forgot to say a big shout out to. I met some people in the check-in queue in Southampton who watch me blogs. He did say his name, but I'm terrible at names. But anyway, to these guys, or those guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you've subscribed. Yeah, so it was really nice to have met you. Yeah, okay. I know it's taken me a while to get round to that bit, but because we're into second sea day, but you know what it is. One thing after another. And as I say, I've got trying to get rid of this cold. It's stubborn end. I'm sure people will know what I mean. You get to the last couple of days of when you think it should be, just floating away, and it seems to hang in there, claws into you, desperate not to go. But hopefully next couple of days it will have gone completely. But although when I googled it, it said the cough can last. It says a cold lasts normally 1 to 2 weeks. Well, me, it's always 2 weeks. And then this says that the cough can last a few days longer. But mine's always gone within 2 weeks. But I was younger then. Maybe not much younger, because I think this is. Well, yeah, I don't get that many cold, come to think. I think this is only my second cold this year. I'm wondering if I'd had because the day before I was supposed to go on the Morella cruise, on the 11th of October. I was due to get my flu injection and my COVID booster jab the day before. Now I thought, well, if I get them 2 injections, my arms might swell up, I've had an uncomfortable few days. So I cancelled it, and I said I'd do it, when I came back off of this cruise. And I just wondered, had I got those 2 injections, I might not have got the cold. But you can't tell, I mean, I caught it. For me, it has to have been in the Leeds and Bradford airport or on the plane. Because they say it's 72 hours incubation period, and it would definitely, working back 3 days, it was a Saturday, because, and what have you. Yeah, so, and it's, as I was saying, it's nice up here. This is why I come up here, because I enjoy this little area. And there's quite a few places around the ship that you can sit and just chill out. But for me, I prefer to make the long journey, because I'm right at back at ship, and Crow's Nest, as it says, is right at the front of the ship, so it's a bit of a journey. I get my steps in. So only downside, of course, is this solo club. Mind you, they weren't too bad yesterday. I were only sat a few feet from them, and they weren't noisy at all. They're a good lot. But I've come to far end at Bridge, Crow's Nest, where I shouldn't be able to eat too much of them. Mind you, paid the money, they're entitled to enjoy themselves. Don't begrudge them anything. It's just my I don't know what it is. I just don't feel like mixing with them. Not against them or anything, it's just me. I've never been a mixer. Although I can when I want to. When the occasion arrives, I can mix, with the best of them. But I like my own company. Is that weird? Am I weird because I like my own company? But I'm 75 now, and I've lived on my own since I was 16, more or less. There's a couple of occasions when I've lived with somebody else. Lived with this girl for nearly 2 years in early 70s. Lucy, her name was. Lovely girl. My first love, really. And they say you never forget your first love, don't they? And then my daughter's mother, I stayed with her on and off. But just overnight jobs. I never actually lived with her properly. But yeah, man, we still see each other. We're still good friends. Me and my daughter's mum. Yeah, we're still good friends. I think we'd end up killing each other if we got married. But as friends, yeah, we get on really well as friends. Nice lady. Call her Jo, lovely lady. But yeah, so that's that. So I'm just going to chill now for an hour or so. Hopefully cabin steward gets an enclosed cabin. Although no sign of him. There's 2 mornings running now I've come out, just before 8 o'clock. I begin to wonder if they don't start working till 8. Because there were no sign of him. Don't mind, there were no sign of any cabin stewards as I walked from my cabin out to lifts. So yeah. See, being at back at ship, I have choices at breakfast. I can go down to deck 8 where there's the keys, which you saw just a little bit earlier, or I can go down to deck 6, where's the restaurant. But if I want to go to the buffet, I've got to walk down to mid-deck and use them lifts to go up to the buffet. So that's my choices at breakfast, yeah. But I love the Keys, but the only downside on the Keys is they don't do porridge. But I can go down to the buffet and the restaurant, and they do porridge. yeah. So, but I'm not that mad about having a breakfast in a sort of a formal type setting, which is what the restaurant is in effect. Although I will go down there a couple of times, you know, throughout the cruise, and I'll show you guys what it would like down there. Anyway, I'm going to stop now, because before people start complaining I'm waffling. So, but yeah, you know, I like these face-to-face, well, it's not face-to-face in a sense. You know, I've envisaged you guys out there listening to me, and I'm talking to you guys directly, and we're having a conversation, and I'm telling you all about what I'm thinking and everything. And this is why I like doing these little chats. And I know most people do like them. Well, at least I think most people like them. I have had one complaint saying, oh, you talk too much to camera. But yeah, I hope you guys do like these little chats to camera. Okay, so I'll speak to you later. Bye for now. Folks, here we are with
Jackie,
Andrew,
and these are the couple who I met last year, whose names I unforgivably forgot.
That's all right.
Yeah, but I did mention you.
I did
mention it,
yeah.
and I apologise for forgetting your names. So yeah, so that's brilliant news. So yeah, there you go, folks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, guys, that were really nice meeting Jackie and Andrew. Yeah, had a nice little chat and everything. So yes, so that were very nice. So second of my subscribers I met on this cruise, becoming popular. But yeah, as more and more people watch it, you know. But you never know. Okay, folks, I'll speak to you later. Right, folks, I decided to come to the buffet after all and get some porridge. Because I love my porridge. Can't start the day without porridge, can you? Anyway, so yeah, but the place is even. It's just gone. It's what? It's 2 minutes past 10, and the place is packed solid. So come on, cruise, don't come for a buffet about 10 o'clock because it's packed solid. It's because it's sea day. Everybody gets up late, comes to buffet late. Because it's home till 11. Yeah, so there you go. If you want to come to buffet, come early. On a port day, it's reversed. Come late on a port day, the place is empty at this time. Anyway, speak to you later. Right, folks, here we are right at the back of the ship again. And it's cold. But yeah, soon it will get warmer. It will definitely get warmer. Yeah, infinity pool is there. Ships out there on the horizon. Yeah. Normally, when the weather's hot, you can't move out here. Anyway, there you go. Right, folks, here I am in the on deck 8, which is the upper atrium, and it's packed. Everywhere's packed. Yeah, it proves that the ship is at full capacity. Because last year I don't think it can't have been, because there were lots of venues where you could go in and find a seat and sit down easy. This one I've had to come up to deck 8 and nothing on deck 6. Pretty crowded on deck 7. So I've come up to deck 8, and of course restaurants is now full because everybody's gone for a late breakfast. Or a lot of people have gone for a late breakfast. Yeah. What have I got to say about Jackie and Andrew? It's a big congratulations to them. They're getting married on this cruise. Yeah. In the Ivory Suite, I think she said. So, see, because Captain actually mentioned the other day that there were people getting married on ship, and it turned out to be them too. So you can get married on a cruise ship if you want to. So there you go, folks. So I went down at cabin, still haven't done it. Bit late today, still haven't done my cabin. Maybe there are a lot of people taking it easy yesterday, so he didn't have as many cabins to do. Okay, so bye for now. A quick update, folks. This cruise is becoming a jinx cruise because remember there were a medical emergency earlier, and they sent out an helicopter at about 5 or 6 this morning. Captain blares out medical emergency down in cabin number so-and-so. And now, just announced that a member of the crew has been badly injured for some reason. And we're making for La Corona. I suspect that when we get there, we'll say, oh, well, we're going to spend a day here instead of Tenerife. That's what I strongly suspect. And so the excursion I have in Tenerife obviously get cancelled and get his money back. You know, that's what I assume. So I would say, because he says he doesn't know how it's going to impact the cruise, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. You know, the other thing is we might just set off straight off for Caribbean. Anyway, I'll let you all know what's happening when we get more information at noon. So bye for now. Right, folks, I've come down. Well, I was in the Keys to start with. I was sat down at the other end, and then I went into the clubhouse, watched them play bingo for a bit, and now I'm back here, and as you can see, I've got my lunch, and it's 2 pieces of fish, some curry sauce, some chips, and of course a cup of coffee. So I'll tuck into this and I'll let you know what it was like. Right, folks, I thought, well, I've got this food to guard my table. I went and got these two, oh, you can't see them, got these 2 puddings. So, speak to you later. Right, folks, I've come back to the cabin. It's bedlam out there, I tell you. I was lucky to get that table. Got my cup of coffee first, went and found that table, plonked my cup of coffee down, stood in queue for fish and chips, turned around, there were 2 lads putting salt and pepper or whatever on the food, and I just about to say to me, that's my cup of coffee there, mate. Anyway, they only wanted salt and pepper, and off they went. Bless them. Yeah, right, let me tell you about that dinner. Now, fish and chips, oh, lovely. Fish were lovely. Chips were okay, but made them a bit special, a bit better. I'm trying to get the wrong words here. They made them that extra good when I dipped them in the curry sauce that I got, and it was fairly mild curry sauce. But oh yeah, lovely, lovely. Give that a 9 out of 10. That the puddings on the other hand. Well, the round one with the little cherry on it, that was a mousse, and that were okay. They were really nice. It was nice. The other one, I had no idea what it was. It was mostly custard with a bit of cream on top. I thought it was a trifle when I picked it up, but I've no idea what it is, and I didn't like it at all. Not to say, I don't say it was bad, you know, no wrong with it. I just didn't like it, you know. Remember, my opinions are my opinions. You might come on and get the same food and think, there's no wrong with this, I like this. But for me, I didn't like it. End of story. Yeah, so, by then my coffee had gone flat cold. And just as I was contemplating getting up and going, a lady come with a walking stick and she says, hey, are you on your own? Can I say, certainly, love, you sit down there because I'm about to go myself. And of course I pulled the old joke, I've been saving it for you. She laughed. And I got up and went and come back to the cabin, as I say. Yeah, so overall, the fish chips and curry sauce were brill. Yeah. The puddings were iffy. Well, not iffy. The puddings weren't so great. But you got very limited choices of puddings down in the Keys. That's the only good thing. And of course the menu never changes. It's the same 3 menus of fish and chips, Asian food, and the Yorkshire pudding, meal in a Yorkshire pudding. There's on the Iona, it's fish and chips, Asian food, and it's American stuff, like the burgers and the burgers and chicken. But yes, so that's the only downside of the Keys. Those menus never change. The Asian menu changes slightly. They have slightly different Asian dishes on various days throughout the thing. But the fish and chips are always the fish and chips, and the joint in a Yorkshire pudding is always a joint in a pudding. Although I've noticed that they do change the meat sometimes. I mean, sometimes I've had beef in there, and today I noticed it were lamb. Man, it was New Zealand lamb. For all Brits on board, they wouldn't have been happy about that. It should be British lamb. Or Welsh lamb, boyo. It should be Welsh lamb. Apologies to all you people from Wales with that poor accent. But, man, you said, I thought it were all right, to be honest, but there you go. Yeah, so they do change the meat, but the rest of it is identical every day. Yeah, but it's a nice thing. But usually, if you usually get there about 12 o'clock and the place is fairly empty. I came into there at 12 o'clock and it were rammed already. Whether it's because it's a sea day, But even on sea days, it usually don't get packed until about 12:30. But as I say, I were in there about a couple of minutes to 1 and it were rammed then. That's why I say, oh, look at that table. Anyway, enough of the meal. So, yeah, I enjoyed it anyway. You've seen it all and everything, yeah. So I'm just going to chill for a little bit in my cabin. The clocks have gone forward an hour, so no point of putting them back an hour yesterday. But yesterday we didn't know we were going to be going into La Corona in northern Spain. What's going to happen, we don't know yet. We won't get there until mid-afternoon, so it's not going to be a replace Tenerife with La Corona. So I don't know what's going to happen. Unless they stay overnight in La Corona and set off mid-morning or something and go from there straight across. But I don't see it because they've still got another whole sea day down to Tenerife, so we might go to Tenerife and have a short stop in Tenerife. We'll have to wait and see what happens, because they could cancel a lot of excursions. That'll cost them a few quid. So I don't know what's going on. They might just race like mad overnight. They might just pop into La Corona, drop off the casualty, and then come straight back out and go hell for leather down to Tenerife. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know. Take you along with me. Yeah, I'm just going to chill for now. I'm still fighting this cold. Damn thing's fighting me back. But I still expect to get rid of it within the next couple of days. Because, I mean, tomorrow will be 14 days. So, fingers crossed. So, speak to y'all later. Bye for now. Right, folks, here we are approaching La Corona. And it's down there. So, yeah, I think he said we'd be fully tied up and everything by 5 o'clock, so we'll have to see. Anyway, that's us now approaching La Corona. Right, folks, I've come down to deck 8. A little bit windy, but yeah, see how it goes. I'm going to see if we can get a drink now. So I'll speak to you later. Right, folks, I've come round to the starboard side because it's a lot warmer around here than on the other side, because the other side of the ship's in shadow and it's freezing. This side's nice sunshine, it's nice and warm. Yeah, and we're slowly coming in, making his way to the port. I'm not sure how much I'm catching because glare on screen, I can't see what I'm actually filming. I hope he's getting what I think he is. Well, there you go, folks, yeah. Slowly coming in. I'll film a bit more when we get closer to the port. Right, folks, as you can see, we're entering the inner harbour any minute. Any minute now. A few more minutes and we'll be inside the inner harbour. Any second now. Any second now. And any second now. It will come into view in a second. Any second now. Wait for it, folks, wait for it. It's coming. Oh, lost the sun there for a minute. Hope it's gone behind a cloud and not gone on the other side of the ship. Any second now. Coming round. Here, we've lost the sun for a moment. Any second. Any second. And there you go. As we get past this little bit of land, we'll be inside the inner harbour. And that's it, folks. We're into coming into the inner harbour. Most of the ships inside. But for some reason, we've lost the sun. Right, folks, I'm going to do a quick cabin tour for you because it's an unusual cabin shape. I've got my back right up against the door. Here we have the wardrobe for the long stuff and my case, and there we've got the life vests, because you see it's built for 4 people, is this cabin. So we'll shut that down. Coat hangers there, usual thing for sticking on your door when you want it clean. You can see I've stuck in my water thing for keep lights on. So you can use any card, you don't have to use your cruise card. And then we have this sofa and a thing, no vanity table, right? No vanity table. And then over here we have a tea and coffee and a sort of storage there. And behind this drawer is the safe. Not safe, it is the fridge. Now these, at first I wondered what these little lights were for. But what happens if you're in this top bunk, this is a pull down bunk. Oh, other way, yeah, you turn them over and you've got your reading light. And this one over here, same thing. Reading light for whoever's on the sofa. And here's the bed. Telly on the wall. The telly pulls out. It can pull out this way or it can pull out that way. Over there you've got your phone, lamps. Of course you've got your USB ports under the lamps. And there is the bathroom, which is bog standard bathroom on P&O, shower, loo and sink. And here is the other wardrobe. All the bits in and the safe. And that, folks, is the cabin. I hope you was all fascinated by that. As I say, disappointing, no vanity table. Anyway, that's it for now. Right, folks, don't feel so brilliant, to be honest. So I decided to get room service. I've got well tucked into me now, but I got a ham baguette, some salad. I've eaten them. They got these little crisps, and I've eaten all them. And a bottle of pop, a can, Coca-Cola, I should say. Yeah, so it's been a strange old day. And I tell you, this cruise is jinxed. No, I'm not feeling brilliant. Stomach problems. Hopefully it'll just overnight thing and it'll go in the morning. But yes, I've decided to, I cancelled the show that I was going to go to. Not that I wasn't too bothered about it because it was festival and I've seen it 4 times already. So I decided to stay in, as I say, got a bit of room service. And I'm watching Apollo 13. And yeah, just settling for evening. So that's it, folks. You know, for tonight, not for today. As I say, it's a short day. We're still waiting to hear what's happening with regards to going down to Tenerife, etc., etc. And I mean, the time at the moment is it's 8 o'clock, and everybody's got to be back on board by 10. So I'm assuming we'll get a message then from the captain saying whether we setting off or whether we staying overnight or what. We stay overnight. I don't see us getting to Tenerife until afternoon, by which time it'll be too late for my excursion, and that'll get cancelled, and I should get my money back. Yeah, but if we go tonight, I still don't see us getting there until late. But we'll have to see. And I mean, there's the possibility we stay overnight and don't go down to Tenerife at all and just go straight across. You know, we go straight across and stop in Azores. That's a possibility. Anyway, I'll let you know tomorrow what's been said and what's happening and everything. Because as I say, I don't see him giving a message out here tonight until at least 10:30, because everybody's got to be back on board for 10. And he said that doesn't mean we'll be leaving at 10. The reason everybody's got to be back on at 10 is because Spanish customs, immigration, etc., they finish at 10. You know, and so if you're not on ship by 10 o'clock, you're not getting on. So, and he has warned them. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so I'll speak to you tomorrow, folks, and hopefully I'll feel a lot better by tomorrow. As I say, one thing after another's gone wrong on this cruise. And then coming on top of the Morella cruise, where one thing after another's gone wrong. It's not put me off cruising. We'll look again at what we're going to do next year, because we've got nothing lined up yet for next year. But that'll probably get sorted in January, and I'll get back to you. I mean, these blogs will last us right out until New Year anyway. Easy, because the number of them there is. So I will speak to you all tomorrow morning. So it's bye for now. Or as we say, it's good night from me, and it's good night from him. Bye.